Welcome to the EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Rahul Sharma and I will be presenting before you the sixth module titled Conducting Marketing Research under the paper Tourism and Hospitality Marketing. After completing this module, you will be able to understand the importance of marketing research, specify the need for marketing research, and outline the steps in the marketing research process. Introduction to marketing research. Managers often require formal studies to solve specific problems. When McDonald's decided to enter into India, it was required to research customers' preferences for types of tastes and ingredients. Unplanned marketing intellect cannot answer these questions. With ever changing consumer preferences, to stay competitive, managers need to undergo and commit to formal marketing research. The process of marketing research recognizes and describes marketing opportunities and issues, monitors and assesses marketing actions and performance, and communicates the findings and implications to decision makers. In the process of marketing research, marketing researchers engage in a wide variety of activities, some of which are calculating the market potentials, market share analysis, sales analysis, competitor analysis, and product testing, etc. Any company basically has two options of conducting marketing research. First being employing company's own researchers, or second of hiring some external researchers. Need of marketing research. Marketing research helps companies in understanding consumer behavior. Marketing research helps in data collection regarding age, income, preferences, etc. of consumers, and benefits in tracing the views of the consumers about companies' products or services. Such kind of data is of high value to any marketing organization as it can support in forecasting production and deciding marketing policies. Marketing research supports decision makers by providing data about demand and supply or consumer behavior, etc. This kind of data is highly useful in decision making and improves upon the quality of decisions. Decisions backed by good marketing research data have greater chances to be successful. Marketing research also can help in selection of suitable sales promotions techniques. As consumer preference data and data associated with other consumer behavior is collected using research, it helps in selecting appropriate media and vehicles for advertising. Marketing research data also helps in preparation of the budget for sales promotions and advertising. Marketing research is a tool to evaluate marketing performance of a company and can suggest steps to improve it. Marketing research, by making use of qualitative or quantitative research design, can judge the effect of brand name, price, or packaging, etc. on the sales of a product or service. It is used to find consumers' reaction towards the company's product or service. Based on consumer inputs, a company can evaluate the inventory and pricing policies. Marketing efforts can also be evaluated considering the effectiveness of advertising or sales promotions techniques. Marketing research also helps a company in judging the current demand and in forecasting the future demand for product or service. It can also help a marketer to understand the reasons behind fall in the sales. Marketing research improves the efficiency of the marketing department, which ultimately leads to creation of goodwill for the company and subsequently good reputation in the market. Marketing research supports in framing growth and expansion programs for the company also. Marketing research is beneficial for all. That is, it supports the company, intermediaries, consumers, government, and the entire society. In short, marketing research offers a great support to manufacturer or business as it helps in answering the most basic question of what, where, when, who, whom, and how to sell. Marketing research process. The process of marketing research comprises of certain steps which defines the tasks to be accomplished in conducting a marketing research study. It starts with defining the research problem and ends with reporting of the findings. A basic marketing research process comprises of 4 steps. Let us discuss these 4 steps in detail. Step number 1, defining the problem. This is the first stage in the process of conducting marketing research, where a manager needs to work in tandem with marketing researchers to define the problem and clearly specifying the research objectives. It is the manager who best recognizes the problem for which information is being sought. And it is the researchers or a researcher who would best understand how marketing research is to be conducted and information is to be obtained from target audience. This does not mean that managers need not know anything about marketing research, as it is the managers who would interpret the findings carefully. If a manager's knowledge about marketing research is diminutive, then he or she may accept the wrong information, which would lead to drawing the wrong conclusions or in collection of information that the company may not need and ultimately leading to more than needed expenditure. It is the job of marketing researchers to support and help the managers in defining the problem and use the findings correctly. A hotel manager once appointed a marketing researcher to judge the hotel's level of awareness among the target audience. The idea of manager was that the low level of patronage can be explained using the indicators of lack of awareness. When the study was conducted, the researcher found that most of the people in the target audience were aware of the hotel, which was contrary to the idea with which manager initiated the research. Marketing researcher found that the reason for people to visit the hotel less was perception of bad quality service. The manager in this case had not defined the problem accurately and had invested time and money in finding a solution to a problem that do not exist. This example clearly indicates the problems associated with defining the research problems in research. A properly defined research problem can help a researcher in all subsequent research activities like that of defining objectives of research, identification of statistical tools and techniques that can be used, and the amount of data to be collected. Taking the assumption that the research problem is properly defined, the managers and researchers needs to establish accurate research objectives. A marketing research project can have any one of three types of objectives. Like number one, to gather initial information that will help in defining the research problem and will advise on hypothesis. This kind of research problems make use of exploratory research design. Number two, to define the magnitude and composition of the market. This would be done using descriptive research design. Number three, to judge the cause and effect relationships. This could be achieved using causal research design. For best possible outcomes, one should start with exploratory research and then should follow with either descriptive or causal research designs or both. Step 2, development of research plan for data collection. The second step in marketing research process is to determine the extent of information required and subsequently to develop a data collection plan. Research objectives needs to be decoded into exact information needs. Five-star hotel chain decided to venture into a new low-priced hotel offerings. For this, the hotel defined two objectives. First one, to pull travelers away from competitors, and second objective was to curtail cannibalization of its own existing hotels. Considering these two goals or objectives in mind, a researcher working for the hotel will have to collect some specific information like what prices should be charged for different amenities or offerings in the new hotel, what different types of offerings should be made by the new hotel, what should be the location of new hotel, when will the break-even point be achieved by this new hotel. Now, a researcher can go for either primary data collection or secondary data collection. Primary data is first-hand data for which questions are developed or people are found for interviews. In order to collect primary data, any amongst the three different types of research approaches of observation, survey, or experiment can be used. Observational research is a technique of collecting first-hand data by observing people or work processes or actions or situations. For example, a fast food self-service restaurant, in order to learn about the menu items and respective prices of some competing restaurants, can send a person for making observations. Some other hotel can assess likely new sites of a new hotel by inspecting the sites of competing hotels and locality conditions. A hotel chain using mystery shopping sends observers disguised as guests to eat in its hotel restaurants to assess the level of cleanliness and customer service. A major benefit of observational research is that a researcher can collect information from people which they are not willing to or are unable to share. In a university hostel mess, by observing a large number of plates containing uneaten portions of same kind of food items, one can specify that the food taste is not satisfactory. But at the same time, observational research cannot help a researcher in understanding the feelings or beliefs that stimulate people to buy. Moreover, using observational research, it is also difficult to observe behavior that are infrequent in nature. Another type of research approach is survey based research, which is most appropriate to gather descriptive information. In a survey based research, one can go for structured as well as unstructured surveys. In case of a structured survey, there is a well defined list of questions that are put to the respondents, and in case of unstructured surveys, a structured or formal list of questions is missing, and surveyors ask probing questions according to the responses shared by the respondents. Survey research offers more flexibility and data can be collected faster and at low cost as compared to observational and experimental research. There is not all good with the method of survey research, as respondents may not share correct data or they are not able to recall the correct information at the time of data collection by researchers. In order to capture cause and effect relationships, experimental research can be used. Experimental research can be used to test the effect of price on sales of maybe a coffee drink. For example, a company owns two restaurants at locations A and B within the same city. The company has launched a new coffee drink at two different prices at the two restaurants. All the marketing is kept same at the two locations to promote the coffee drink. Now the volume of sales at the two restaurants can shed light on which price would be more suitable for selling this coffee drink. In order to collect data, researchers can use different types of contact methods. These methods could comprise of mail, telephone or personal interviews. Mail questionnaires can be used to collect large amount of data at a low cost, but probing cannot be done in this kind of data collection technique. Telephone interviewing also supports in collecting information quickly. In telephonic interviews, an interviewer can clarify questions that may not be understood otherwise by the respondent. Moreover, as it is also possible for researcher to ask probing questions depending on respondents' answers. Third type of method to collect data is personal interviews, which can be of two types. A being individual personal interviews and B being group interviews. Individual personal interviews are also called as intercept method and requires a respondent's cooperation. This method is extensively used in tourism research as it allows to reach known respondents at a quick pace. A hotel in Goa city can use this method to collect data from the people who visit a beach by intercepting them at the beach only. The problem associated with this method are high cost of data collection and bias of the respondents. For collecting data from a group of people, Group interviews are used, and focus group interview is a common used method for the same. For conducting focus groups, 7 to 11 respondents are gathered for some time along with a trained moderator. The moderator, who is generally an expert from the area, starts with some comprehensive questions and subsequently moves to specific questions. The moderator needs to be trained well enough to encourage open and comfortable discussion among respondents. With the vast expansion in number of internet users and increasing susceptibility of this media for research, one can also use internet for conducting online interviews as well as collecting data using online questionnaires. Researchers generally embed their questionnaires on a company website or forward the same to desired respondents using email. Online focus groups can be conducted using the tools like Skype or Google Hangouts. Online mode offers flexibility in data collection as a respondent can fill the data as per their own convenience. There are both merits as well as demerits associated with doing online research. Merits or advantages of conducting online research are: online mode of research is cost effective as compared to traditional mode of physical data collection by meeting respondents personally. Online data collection tools like Google Forms etc. can help a researcher in using skip logic in the questions. That is, only relevant questions will be visible to a respective respondent. It has also been proved by past studies like data collected by YouGov.com that people, while providing data during online surveys, tend to be more honest as compared to providing the same data in personal interactions. Analysis of online data collected can be fast as many online data collection services like SurveyMonkey.com offers automated basic data analysis from the data collected. Demerits or advantages of conducting online research are: in the online research mode, there is no control of researcher over the respondents. It is very difficult for researcher to ensure that data is filled by the right candidate. People who are not versed with technology will not be able to or will not be comfortable with responding to online questionnaires. In extreme circumstances, some technical error can also occur in the online software with which a researcher is collecting data. This may lead to data loss or some kind of discrepancies in the data collected. As there is no physical interviewer in the process of online data collection, respondents may find it difficult to get clarity on some questions. Other than primary data, the second type of data is secondary data. Secondary data comprises of data which is already collected or existent for some different purposes. Secondary data collection is the first stage generally in any research. If a researcher is able to find all the required information through secondary data, which is normally not possible, then the need of primary data collection would not be there. Otherwise also, secondary data do assist in designing a roadmap of the research. Step 3: Data collection and analysis. Once the research plan is created, a researcher or research team starts to collect the data. collection of data can be performed by any member of the company's marketing research staff, or in case if external firm is hired for data collection, then employees of that external firm. In case if company's own employees are collecting the data, then it would have better control over data collection process, and more stringent checks could be put by company on data quality. But external firms specializing in data collection can get the job completed at a comparatively low cost and more quickly as compared to any in-house team. This phase of research is the most expensive phase and is also prone to errors. It is up to the researcher to keep a close watch over team collecting the data to ensure proper implementation of data collection plan. This scrutiny by researcher can safeguard against difficulties that can arise from improperly collected data or dishonest answers by the respondents. The collected data is then administered and investigated to extract significant information and answers. Collected data from surveys are verified for correctness and wholeness. Once the process of data checking is complete, depending on the use of computer softwares, for example like SPSS or R, data is coded and is punched in the same software. Then based on the research objectives and need, relevant tools are applied by the researcher to compute results by measuring different variables under study. Step 4. Interpretation of results and reporting. The fourth step is to interpret the results and then report the findings of the research to all concerned who need to take some decisions based on it. The rule of thumb is to avoid complex data depictions which the decision makers are not able to understand. The decision makers should be offered with major findings which would support directly in taking decisions. For best findings, managers and researchers need to sit together and deliberate on different perspectives of the results. Once the complete research process is over, the researchers should hand over the complete data to decision makers or managers so that they can make use of this data in future. Summary: marketing research supports decision makers in multiple ways. Marketing research helps companies in understanding consumer behavior, forecasting demand and supply, or identifying the suitable sales promotion techniques. Marketing research is a tool to evaluate marketing performance of a company and can suggest steps to improve it. The process of marketing research comprises of certain steps which defines the task to be accomplished in conducting a marketing research study. It starts with defining the research problem and ends with reporting of the findings. This is the first stage in the process of conducting marketing research, where a manager needs to work in tandem with marketing researchers to define the problem and clearly specifying the research objectives. The second step in marketing research process is to determine the extent of information required and subsequently to develop a data collection plan. Research objectives needs to be decoded into exact information needs. The third step is of data collection and analysis. Once the research plan is created, a researcher or research team starts to collect the data. The collected data is then administered and investigated to extract significant information and answers. The fourth step in the marketing research process is to interpret the results and then report the findings of the research to all concerned who need to take some decisions based on it. Thank you.